Hi guys, so I've been using the GLSSWRKS Akari for the past month and I've been very impressed. The pad is by far the smoothest and quietest glass pad that I've used. I understand that the pad is not available anymore, and contrary to my prior understanding, their upcoming release will have a different surface which will be more speed focused and slightly more textured. But fret not, in the future they will release a second batch with the Akari surface. But let's dig deeper into what this pad has to offer and why I think it's probably the best glass pad out there at the moment. The pad is sized 490 x 420 and it's around 3.7 millimeters thick, with the full-size rubber backing that holds the pad nicely in place on my desk. The full-size backing also provides some noise reduction to help keep the pad as silent as possible. The pad is also the lightest glass pad that I've used and comes in just around 1.55 kilograms. The pad is sporting a really beautiful looking picture of a woman's face in this anime style artwork that sparked some controversy online when this first launched. People accused GLSSWRKS of using only AI to design this picture, but GLSSWRKS quickly corrected that the design is mostly human-made and AI is used for some of the background elements like the letter behind the main subject and other minor stuff. Personally, I really dig the design and all the small colorful parts here and there really pop out from the picture. Usually I'm not the biggest fan of these anime girl designs on a pad, but here it is done very tastefully. The speed of the pad feels to be somewhere between the Pulsar Superglide and the Wallhack SP-004, but honestly it's really difficult to give a concrete answer to which glass pad is the fastest and by how much, since the Akari is way smoother than any of the other glass pads, which then affects how the pad feels with different skates. I tried to measure the friction properties like I usually do, but since the humidity values currently vary quite greatly here in Finland, my results were kind of weird at times. But to sum the speed in some way, the initial friction is very small on this pad and the dynamic friction feels a bit higher than on the Skypad 4. The Akari has never really felt uncontrollable for me. It's really easy to stop the mouse movement on it and the transition from a complete standstill is very smooth. And this is really with every skate I tested the pad with. Talking about the skates, I found that this pad works really well with any skate out there. Of course, with larger pad style skates you will have those hairs and dust particles stuck from time to time, which is why I recommend people to use dot style skates with glass pads usually. But even though this pad works with different skates very nicely, I still can name some of my favorites. The eSports Tiger Yanzis, the Ghost Glide Cyclones, and then for that extra bit of control, the Obsidian Pros. From these, the smoothest experience while being a PTFE skates are the Cyclones. They are crazy silent on this and feel so incredibly buttery smooth, but the Yanzis are really close too. The Obsidian Pros are also super smooth, and on this pad they lose the last bit of that grindiness which was already tamed a lot on the Wallhack SP-004. But it's always better to show than to tell. So here is a sound test between the Akari and the Skypad 4 or the Wallhack SP-004 with these different skates. Then there is the factor of hand stickiness. How good is the Akari with hand moisture? Well, this pad is the least annoying to use without a sleeve, but as the humidity rose, I too need to start using a sleeve on this. This will probably depend a lot on your environment and skin type and all that, but as someone who works and games mostly around the same desk, I don't need to cover the Akari with cloth pad or use a sleeve during work with this. So the issue still persists, and I have a feeling this will be the case on every single glass pad that is to come, but at least on the Akari the problem is not that big of a deal as on the other glass pads. So yeah, in conclusion, I am really impressed with Glassworks' first release. It's sad how the drop went, especially for us EU folks, but luckily they ain't stopping soon and there is more to come from them. I really enjoy this pad and I seem to perform my best on it very consistently, so I can definitely recommend this pad or the next iteration of the Akari surface with confidence. And I'm also very eager to see how good their upcoming speed-focused surface is. I really hope more people will get their hands on this glass pad soon. I really do. But thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Goodbye.